If you care about staying healthy without adding more and more medications, take 1 second right now and subscribe to Healthy Aging. This channel shares practical, evidence-based information that most people never hear in a short doctor visit. Now let's talk about what's really happening. After years of working with heart patients, I noticed a pattern that couldn't be ignored. Many people were taking 2, 3, even 4 blood pressure medications, yet their readings barely improved. When we looked closer, a surprising number of them had one thing in common. They were taking vitamin D, but not in a way that helped their heart. Vitamin D isn't the problem. The way it's taken is. Large long-term studies have shown that when vitamin D is used correctly, systolic blood pressure can drop by 10 to 14 points. That's similar to adding another medication without the side effects. So why doesn't it work for most people? Because vitamin D doesn't work alone, and it doesn't work automatically. Let me explain this in a simple way. Vitamin D increases calcium absorption from your diet. That's important. But calcium must be sent to the right place. If calcium isn't directed properly, it can end up in soft tissues like artery walls. When that happens, arteries become stiffer, less flexible, and blood pressure rises. This is where another nutrient becomes critical: vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 activates proteins that guide calcium into bones and keep it out of arteries. Without it, long-term vitamin D use can actually contribute to arterial stiffness. I've seen people whose vitamin D blood levels improved on paper, but their blood pressure slowly crept higher. Once vitamin K2 was added, arterial health improved and blood pressure finally started responding. This is why vitamin D should never be taken alone for cardiovascular health. It must be paired with vitamin K2, ideally the MK7 form, taken at the same time. Now let's talk about another mistake that ruins results for many people. Vitamin D is fat-soluble. That means your body cannot absorb it properly unless fat is present. Many people swallow their vitamin D capsule with water or take it with a low-fat meal. When that happens, a large portion of the vitamin simply passes through unused. But here's what most people don't realize. The type of fat matters. Omega-3 fats play a special role in vitamin D absorption and function. They improve uptake and help reduce inflammation that blocks vitamin D receptors. People who take vitamin D with omega-3 rich fats often see faster improvement in both vitamin D levels and blood pressure. That's why fish oil, cod liver oil, or omega-3 rich plant sources make such a difference. Taking vitamin D without fat, or with the wrong fats, can cut its effectiveness dramatically. Now let's clear up another major misunderstanding. Not all vitamin D is the same. Many prescriptions contain vitamin D2, a synthetic form. It can raise blood levels slightly, but it does not behave the same way inside the body. Vitamin D3 is the natural form your skin produces from sunlight. It stays active longer, binds better to receptors, and provides stronger cardiovascular benefits. Many people are told their vitamin D level is normal, yet their blood pressure never improves, because they're using the weaker form. When D2 is replaced with D3, the response is often completely different. If you're taking vitamin D and you're not sure which form it is, this matters. Now let's talk about dosage. Most vitamin D recommendations are based on bone health, not heart health. Blood pressure benefits appear at higher vitamin D levels than what's needed to prevent bone disease. Many people reach a level that looks acceptable, but they remain below the range associated with cardiovascular improvement. When vitamin D levels are raised into a more optimal range, blood pressure often responds more consistently. This doesn't mean guessing or overdosing. It means testing, adjusting, and working with your doctor to find the right level for you. And now we come to the most important mistake of all. This is the mistake that can cancel almost all of vitamin D's blood pressure benefits, even if you're doing everything else correctly. This mistake has nothing to do with dose, nothing to do with supplements. It has everything to do with timing. Most people take vitamin D in the morning because that's what the label says, but growing evidence suggests this timing may actually work against your heart. Vitamin D interacts with your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock that controls blood pressure and nervous system activity. Blood pressure is supposed to drop at night, giving your heart and arteries time to rest and repair. When vitamin D is taken at the wrong time, that nighttime drop may not happen properly. And this is where everything changes. In the next part, I'll explain why nighttime vitamin D makes such a powerful difference, how it affects blood pressure while you sleep, and the exact protocol you can follow safely. Before you move on, tell me in the comments, were you taking vitamin D in the morning? Your comment helps others realize they're not alone. Now let's talk about the one change that makes everything else finally start working. Timing. Your body is not the same in the morning as it is at night. Blood pressure, heart rate, hormones, and nerve activity all follow a daily rhythm. During the day, your body is designed to be alert and active. Blood pressure naturally runs higher so you can move, think, and respond quickly. At night, the opposite should happen. Your nervous system should slow down. Blood vessels should relax. Blood pressure should drop by 10 to 20% while you sleep. This nightly drop is not optional. It's essential for long-term heart health. When blood pressure fails to dip at night, the heart and arteries never get a chance to recover. Over time, this increases the risk of heart attack, stroke, and heart failure. Here's where vitamin D timing becomes critical. Vitamin D sends signals to your brain and nervous system. When taken in the morning, it reinforces daytime activation. That means your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight system, stays partially switched on longer than it should. Heart rate stays higher, blood vessels stay tighter. Blood pressure stays elevated, even at night. Many people with stubborn hypertension have this exact problem and don't know it. Their blood pressure looks okay during the day, but it never fully drops during sleep. Now here's the turning point. When vitamin D is taken at night instead, the signal aligns differently. It works with the body's natural rhythm instead of against it. Blood vessels relax more easily. Nighttime blood pressure dipping improves. The heart finally gets rest. Long-term studies following adults for years found that people who took vitamin D at night had significantly better blood pressure control and far fewer cardiovascular events. Same supplement, same dose. Only the timing changed, and the difference was dramatic. This explains why so many people take vitamin D for years and feel disappointed. They weren't failing, their timing was. Now let me put everything together in a clear, simple way you can understand and remember. For vitamin D to support healthy blood pressure, several things must work together. First, the form matters. Vitamin D3 is the form your body recognizes best. Second, the dose matters. It must be enough to reach an optimal blood level, not just barely normal. Third, vitamin K2 matters. Without it, calcium can end up in arteries instead of bones. Fourth, fat matters. Vitamin D must be taken with omega-3 rich fat for proper absorption and function. And fifth, the most overlooked factor, timing matters. Vitamin D should be taken at night, consistently. This combination allows vitamin D to support your cardiovascular system instead of interfering with it. Monitoring is important too. After a few months, vitamin D levels should be checked and adjusted gradually if needed. Blood pressure should be tracked at home so progress is noticed early, and any medication changes must always be done with your doctor's guidance. This approach doesn't replace medical care, it enhances it. I've seen people avoid stronger medications, higher doses, and additional prescriptions simply by correcting these details. Not because vitamin D is a miracle, but because the body responds when we work with its design instead of against it. Now let me be very clear about safety. Vitamin D is safe for most people when used responsibly. However, if you have kidney disease, certain inflammatory conditions, or are on blood thinners, you should always talk to your doctor before making changes. This is about being informed, not reckless. If you've been frustrated with your blood pressure and felt like nothing works, I want you to know something important. You're not broken. Your body isn't failing you. It may simply be missing the right signals at the right time. If this video helped you understand vitamin D differently, please share it with someone you care about. So many people are taking this supplement every day without realizing they're canceling out its benefits. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Healthy Aging. This channel exists to help you stay informed, independent, and confident as you age. without fear and without confusion. Before you go, leave a comment and tell me, were you taking vitamin D in the morning? Are you considering switching the timing? Your comment helps others feel less alone and helps this message reach more people who need it. Thank you for watching. Take care of your heart. And I'll see you in the next video on healthy aging. When vitamin D is taken at the wrong time, that nighttime drop may not happen properly. And this is where everything changes. In the next part, I'll explain why nighttime vitamin D makes such a powerful difference, how it affects blood pressure while you sleep, and the exact protocol you can follow safely. Before you move on, tell me in the comments, were you taking vitamin D in the morning? Your comment helps others realize they're not alone.